Speak with honesty, think with sincerity, and act with integrity. Avoid people who are close with people who dislike you. Everybody's a teacher if you listen. Don't judge someone's attitude until you've felt their pain. If you've your made point, stop talking. My attitude will always be based on how you treat me. Sometimes you have to lose your mind to come to your senses. People get so upset when you don't let them use you. Respect your haters. They are the ones who think you are better than them. My biggest mistake is thinking that people care for me as much as I do for them. Do it for the people who want to see you fail. Life will test you just before IT will bless you. No matter how good you are, people will judge you according to their own insecurities. Act like the person you want to. It takes a lot of hard work to make something simple. Do what is right, not what is easy. People respect the money, not the person. When you destroy someone's life with lies, take it as a loan. It will come back to you with interest. Nowadays, people don't defend what is right. They defend who they like or benefit from. Good deeds should be done with intention, not for attention. Bury the past, keep the lessons. You can't change someone who doesn't see an issue in their actions. Overthinking kills your happiness. Never argue with an idiot. A fool sees another man's downfall as a topic of discussion. A wise man sees it as a warning to himself. Give without remembering, and receive without forgetting. A man is great now because he hasn't failed. A man is great because failure hasn't stopped him. The most valuable lessons aren't taught, they're experienced. Be like salt, you may not always be noticed, but your absence changes everything. High performers are not born, they are conditioned by habit. When your purpose is clear, you wake up excited, you spend the day focused, you go to bed happy and satisfied. The smarter you get, the less you speak. A good deed dies when it is spoken about. Teach your children how to think, not what to think. Sooner or age later, a person who wears two faces forgets which one is real. Know the difference between being patient and wasting your time. People don't change, they reveal who they really are. A person playing both sides is an enemy too. Unlike the stomach, the brain doesn't alert you when it's empty. New beginnings require you to let go of old belongings. We live among evil people with friendly faces. Shit happens when you trust the wrong people. Don't let your stomach make you useless. A rich person is one who is happy with everything he has. If freedom is taken away, man has nothing left. When you lose, never forget the lesson learned from the loss. It is impolite to interrupt someone while they are talking. There are two types of people in this world. Avoid both. Hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Seeing oppression and not taking any action against, it is tantamount to participating in it. Everybody will show you who they are. Just give them time. A family doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be united. Half of your beauty comes from the way you speak and treat people. If you have to hurt other people in order to feel powerful, you are an extremely weak individual. You can't force someone to respect you, but you can refuse to be disrespected. Sometimes you got to be smart enough to play stupid. Everyone has a story. Listen to it before you judge. Don't judge a situation you've never been in. Gossip is the tax you pay for being known. If you keep carrying old bricks, you'll keep building the same house. Do the right thing, even when no one is looking. It's called integrity. Don't tell me what people said about me. Tell me why they were so comfortable telling you. Be wise enough to listen to what a person is not saying. I no longer see the good in people. I see the truth. Kindness is not an act. It's a reflection of your soul. There is no religion higher than the truth. We don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. The key to peace: be a stranger to toxic people. The things you say about others say a lot about you. Words may lie, but actions always tell the truth. Never speak ill of your family in front of your wife, because in this way, you will lose your own respect in her eyes. Investing in education pays the best returns. A person who expects from others can do nothing himself. 6 dangerous and secret ways for a self-interested person to harm you. When 2 people agree on a problem without discussing it, it proves that both of them are fools. If someone doesn't value your words and doesn't listen to you, don't waste your words on them. Never try to do everything at once, otherwise you will achieve nothing. Every new experience points out some mistake so that we don't make it again. Freedom is a word that is very difficult to define. If someone smiles because of you, your existence is enviable. Your true place in the world is what people say in your absence. Wise people don't consider anything useless. The best way to avoid disappointment is to not expect anything from anyone. Those who have great intentions have no excuses. Always aim for the moon. Even if you can't reach the moon, you will reach the stars. Most people are only as happy as they intend to be. Wealth is a butterfly that, when caught, makes a person go far away from himself. They fail to bring you down, ... They try to influence others to hate you. Stay where you find peace. That is your true home. Show people in your life by doing something instead of giving explanations. A good enemy is better than a bad friend. Never speak ill of your wife's family in front of her. Revenge someone's hostility and hatred with your success and defeat. Avoid using harsh words because you don't know how long the other person will remember your words. If you have a strong determination, nothing will be able to distract you from your goal. You can never help a poor person by destroying a rich person. Where there is no desire to learn, even experience is useless in teaching. The person who forgets to laugh is the one who lets the words of others take over his mind and leaves the decisions of his life to others. Those who want to see you in the spring, weather can't actually win against you. If you want to see into a person's mind, look at how he talks to those who disagree with him. He who does not like loneliness cannot be a lover of freedom either. To promise means to give a chance. Time cannot be won or lost. It can only be learned. Both the mind and heart of a proud person become dead. When you take out a loan, understand that you are putting your freedom in someone else's hands. Behind every mistake, there is definitely a lesson. Anything obtained by begging is of no use. Intellect and language have a completely opposite relationship. Beware more than an enemy of the person who talks about your honor in secrets to people you don't like. You will never suffer any harm. The person who does not know how to read deserves more mercy. If you eat too much, you are anxious. Never tell a woman your earnings. Yes, you must give a woman her expenses and take care of her needs. You are valuable when you are needed. The best way to understand something or someone is to look at some good examples of it. To be happy in this life, it is important that you become the reason for the happiness of others. The purpose of our life is simply to be happy. At the point where endurance ends, patience begins. The most painful and worst enemy is one who has once been a friend. Just as small holes in a closed room reveal the sunrise, similarly, small things reveal a person's character. You can hide your bad deeds from others by lying to them, but you cannot fool yourself. Never cry in front of your wife, no matter how much pain and suffering it causes. If you love something, set it free. I have learned from experience that taking responsibility for someone is to shame yourself, and trusting someone blindly is to deceive yourself. Ignorance always causes harm. The best time is when the worst people come out. A person who makes noise to silence others is considered a fool. He who is afraid of losing will surely lose. Things and things that start in anger always end in shame. You should be aware of your strengths and weaknesses. A person who cannot forgive others breaks the bridge they themselves have to cross. The person who tries to keep everyone happy often feels lonely. A woman can only keep a secret for a maximum of 47 hours. An open heart is an open mind. The best revenge to people who break your heart is to silently cut them off from your life. Be proud of the success of others, but never compare yourself to them. A person's time introduces him to his true relationships. People always remember this person who helps others. Education does not mean teaching people everything they do not know, but the real purpose of education is to teach people to distinguish if they do not know it. I always respect people who always tell me the truth no matter how difficult it is. It takes years of contemplation to arrive at the truth. The biggest and worst sin in the world is regret. Never let the peace of your life be ruined by people's attitudes. If you want happiness in your life, help someone else. A person who lies frequently is an expert at detecting lies. A man has 3 loyal friends: an old mother, an old dog, and ready money. No one is useless until they give up something. If ease is not shared, problems accumulate. If you have a disagreement with someone, discuss only the issue you disagreed on. Don't bring up old issues. Poverty does not come from a decrease in wealth, but from an increase in desires. If I am killed, I will die only once, and if I am afraid, I will die again and again. When I set out in search of something, I don't sleep until I get it. Keep these 3 secrets from your family: your source of income, your actual income, and the time and place of your travel. We can learn from the past, but we cannot live in the past. Usually, the people who are the best suffer the most. Whatever I am today, and whatever heights I can achieve tomorrow, my mother is responsible for it all. If you want to judge the character of this person, then seek advice from him. This advice will give you an idea of his justice, fairness, and intelligence. Man always learns in pain. In happiness, the previous lesson is also forgotten. What we know is just a drop, and what we don't know is like an ocean. Work until you have to introduce yourself to people. 3 things that help you move forward in life. Think in solitude. Consult people, but make your own decisions. Set a goal in life and work on it regularly. Don't let other people stop you from achieving your goal. He will give you false praise. He will describe your qualities that you do not have. Greeting, only remembering you at the time of meaning and work. Expressing very good behavior. Forgetting you after meaning and work is completed. The truth is something that no one believes. Over time, you learn that words spoken in anger can hurt you for a lifetime.